Hey guys, Astinax here, welcome back for a new video. So, I hope you guys can tell that I'm feeling less tired, because like, for the past two videos, you guys have been commenting like, oh my god, it sounds like you are dying because you're so tired. And you know what, I'm not gonna lie, it was pretty much true. Yeah, I've been sleeping much more recently, so this is better. And so today I wanted to talk about something that I did, well, just a trip, very short one, that I had like right before coming to university, and I actually did not make a video on it. It was around the 10th of September. It sounds like I'm gonna tell some sort of like super like mystical story, really it's not. But yeah, it was around the 10th of September, I think. It was basically the weekend before I came to university, and I arrived on the 16th of September, so it must have been the 10th, something like that. And me and my friend went to Geneva for a weekend, for like what in France we call Aurelia, which is pretty much some sort of like fancy ball party thingy. One of my like really good friends who lives in Geneva was actually like one of the hostess, and the theme was 1001 Nights, which is basically Aladdin themed, if you see what I mean, like, you know, Middle Eastern stuff like that. It was super cool, and it was in a castle in Geneva, and me and my friend, we were like, okay, like we gotta go, you know, like it's probably gonna be a kick-ass party thing, and we went. It was super cool. And so we arrived in Geneva. It was my first time. It was actually both me and my friend's first time in Geneva. Actually, you know, it's my friend from the Q&A, Aurelia, the one with the curly hair, and like, yeah, that's her. So we were both going to Geneva. Teleporter, I like this. But yeah, we were going there, and basically the evening was like on a Saturday evening, and we went there on like Saturday afternoon. So we arrived, it was probably like 4 or 5, something like that. And we had like, you know, we got a cab to it, and you know how in Switzerland shit is like fucking expensive because it's Switzerland? Well, shit was fucking expensive. Like, half an hour of cab was like 70 euros, which if you want to translate it to pounds is probably like around 60 pounds for like half an hour of taxi. I mean, like, that shit's insane, you know? So of course we didn't have enough money to pay it, so we had to call down my friend, be like, hi, can you pay the taxi for us? And she was like super nice about it, because she was like, well, of course, because you guys are already coming all the way from Paris to Geneva for my party. So we're like, thank you so much. And then we got ready and we went to it. Some pictures of this are on my Instagram. Like, we all dressed up super fancy and looked super cool for this. And we went there, and basically the guys, to be like in the theme, they just took a oriental looking scarf and just put it around their tux, and that was it. That was how they made the theme work. Actually, to be fair, it's better than what me and my friend did, which is pretty much, well, absolutely nothing. Like, we had nothing that had anything to do with like Middle East or whatever. So, but yeah. And basically one of the only things that's special about Geneva, well, from what I saw, was that they have a huge lake, and like, we were there on a Saturday afternoon, and there was literally nobody in the streets. So I was like, wow, that sounds like a fun city. And like, in the middle of the lake, they have this huge fountain, but not like just a random like thing of water just shooting up, you know? And we were just like, what the fuck? Why do they have these? And you know how like French people always kind of make fun of Swiss people because we're bitches basically. But we were in the taxi, we just saw that huge like jet of water coming out of the lake, and we're like, what the fuck? And we're like, Swiss people probably have that to make sure that the lake stays wet. And that was like our huge joke in the taxi, which is probably maybe why the taxi probably was super expensive. The guy probably took us on a full detour because we were like completely making fun of Switzerland. But yeah, we were at the party and everything, and like, you know, we started talking to people, and people were like super nice, and we met this guy from Switzerland. He was just like explaining to us how basically Switzerland has the highest rate of suicide because people are so bored. That's what he told us. It was like, yeah, people are so bored here, they just kill themselves. We're like, what? And yeah, I learned a lot about Switzerland, and it's quite funny because my friend who was hosting the party invited one of her friends from Switzerland, and this friend was like, apparently she was known to be crazy and get a bit out of hand at parties and shit, so she was kind of nervous of inviting. And so that girl was here, and she was sitting on the same table as me. She was like at the complete end of the table, and we had wine for the dinner because, of course, we're kind of French, so kind of have to have wine. And you could just see, like, at the end of the meal, which lasted, what, like 40 minutes? After, like, what, 40 minutes? Just at the end of the table were, like, 3 empty bottles of wine, knowing that they were at the complete end of the table, so none of us touched it. Literally, like, 2 girls, my friend's friend, who kind of gets out of hand, and her friend, drank down 3 whole bottles of wine in, like, 40 minutes, and we're all like, holy crap, shit's gonna go down. It was absolutely hilarious. Literally, like, afterwards they ran to like random guys and just jumped on them, and we're like, holy Holy crap. It was super funny. And there was also this guy who was like drunk, but like to the point of like passing out. The guy was like lying down on a couch with his sunglasses on inside the castle. And it was just, we're like, what the fuck? And like around 4:30 in the morning, the guy woke up and started dancing with his sunglasses on, and like he lost his like bow tie or whatever. It was like, the guy was a complete mess. We were all sitting down by then because we were all wearing heels, and my feet were pretty much deceased, and they were not a physical entity anymore. There was just like pain. So I was sitting down, and we just like saw that guy standing up, starting to dance at like 4:30 in the morning. And like everybody was like starting to get completely pissed drunk. Absolutely hilarious to watch that guy. So yeah, and then we just went home, slept for half an hour, took another plane to get back home, and then you know, I got back home to Paris. I was completely shattered. I'm terrible in this game, by the way. It's pretty much like all the stories I have for this. This, guys, is how you turn a game around. I mean, come on. I got so many kills. I was on a streak and shit, and like we're turning around this game, guys. See, guys, I told you. We were like this close to losing. You just never can give up. 18 kills in the end. Alright, we didn't even get a medal for that, but you know, it's alright. It's acceptable. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this little video where I just, you know, went through one of my evening. But yeah, more of like interesting evenings that I've had that I can like share with you guys. If you guys enjoyed it, let me know in the comments down below if you guys want to hear more of these kind of like short stories. Not like a story per se, but you see what I mean. Leave a thumbs up to show some support, subscribe to see more, and I'll see you all in the next video.